Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, all welcome to the ETE Talks. We do this every Thursday of every week, of every month, of every year. I want to welcome you all. To those who are watching us from wherever you are, good evening, good morning, good afternoon. You're all welcome. So, without taking much of your time, I'm going to introduce our speaker tonight. Allow me to introduce to you our presenter for this evening's session. His name is Coach Tonde. Coach Tonde is an HR practitioner and career coach. He is the founder of People Impact and head human resources at CAPS Private Limited, a board member of Health Cotton. In industry experience, he has more than 15 years working experience and exposure in the human resource field. For the qualifications and awards, he has 8-time winning career coach, leadership coach, and human resources professional. In 2023, he received 3 distinct awards: career coach from ICMF, human resources leadership award from Black Belt Institute, and human resources exceptional professional from Zim CEOs Roundtable. He has a global MBA. He has a master's in entrepreneurship. He has a master's in human resources management from GZU, Great Zimbabwe University. He has a BSc in human resources management from MSU. He has a diploma in human resources and a certificate in life coaching from ICMF. Can you please welcome our presenter tonight? You're welcome, Coach Tonde.
All right. Thank you very much. Just want to see happy faces. I mean, really happy for under expectation for this presentation. All right. As I do the presentation, I also want to learn from you, and also I want you to participate. So the topic now is how to climb the corporate ladder faster than usual. It's very easy to become what you want to become. I'll tell you a certain story that I read sometime. There was a certain old wise man. So this wise man, he knew every answer, like Solomon from the Bible. He knew every answer. So there were certain young men that were jealous of this old man. They said, no, we want to bring this old man down. We want to show that this old man knows nothing. So what they did is like they took the whole village, called the old man, and they took a bed. It was in their hand. So they asked the old man, the wise man, he said, you claim to know everything. Just tell us, is this bed alive or dead? The bed was alive. It was in their hand. So the whole village was watching. So they said, if this old man says the bed is alive, we'll kill it. Then prove that this old man knows nothing. If they say the bed is dead, we'll keep it alive. So whichever way, the old man will be wrong. Then they asked this question to the old man. Then the old man said, young man, the future is in your hands. The future of the bed is in your hands. So the same thing that I will talk today, the future of your career is in your hands. There is nothing like, it's a coincidence that someone will get promoted faster. I've seen so many times people, they get into an employment, then they spend 5 years with the same qualification, with the same designation or the job title. How does it happen? When something is not growing, then it's dead. If you leave this chair right now and come back maybe in 5 years later, it will remain the same. So if you're not growing in your career, then you're dead. So let's go to... All right, I think I'm having a challenge here. Okay. All right, maybe you can tell us, or maybe I can hear from 1 or 2 people what they are doing currently, if they are employed, your current position, maybe your qualification and how long you've been in that position. Can I have a volunteer? Just someone to tell us what they are doing currently, maybe the qualification, what they are doing, and the duration of duration of their career. Yes, just tell us.
Hi guys, my name is Admire. I am an ICT consultant.
All right.
I've been doing this since 2022.
All right.
After September.
All
I
right.
also graduated from research.
Oh,
BCom Information Systems.
all right.
So on a daily basis, I interact with different people who need ICT solutions. So sometimes it will be a company director who realize that they need social media strategy. And they're asking me how exactly can they go about starting to implement these social media platforms so that they can get leads. Sometimes I meet school heads who want to buy IT equipment, desktops, laptops, printers in the environment as to what is the best hardware for their situation.
All right. No, thank you very much. So maybe a question that I would like to ask you: what's your career goal? What do you want to be in the next maybe 4 to 5 years?
I would like to have one of the biggest online ICT agents.
All right. Do you have a plan for that?
Yeah, it's already in motion.
All right.
Yeah, I can see bits and pieces.
All right. No, it's okay. Let's clap hands for you. All right. We'll start with a quote from Abraham Lincoln. He says, "The best way to predict the future is to create it." So you are a prophet in your own right. If you want to create a future, then the best way to do it is to create it. Then how do you do it? Let's look at this man, Gideon Gono. He was the governor of the Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe. Have you ever wondered how he became a governor from being a T-boy? At one time, he was a T-boy, and he became a bookkeeper, he became a finance manager, then a general manager, then a chief executive officer, and later on, he became the governor of Zimbabwe. So these things can happen over a period of maybe 20, 30 years. But I've seen so many times, someone is getting into employment, they have no goal, they have no ambition, they have nothing. So another painful story, I remember I was talking to a 57-year-old, I remember at my previous workplace. So this man was full of regrets. He was actually trying to cover up. He was actually regretting the time he was working. He was trying to cover up and also prepare for retirement. I always tell people that the best time to prepare for retirement is the first day at your work. Or not basa, that's the best time to prepare for retirement. So many people, they go through this crisis. They fail to manage they fail to manage the timeline, the time of their lives. When you are born, there are certain things that you are supposed to do when you are still a young man. Then there are certain things that you are supposed to do when you go to school. There are certain things that you are supposed to do maybe when you are in Form 4. When you see a Form 4 lady getting pregnant, it's failure to manage time. And this is the time where you're supposed to read books, and you find you a mother, being a mother. So failure of time management. So you are studying for his first degree and hoping to get a promotion or a pay rise after completing the first degree. At 57, this person is supposed to retire at the age of 60, but at 57, he's starting to enroll for a degree. For what purpose? He wants to get a pay rise or a promotion. So now this person has failed to manage time and also to manage their career. So the cause is no career plan and poor time management. So it can also happen to you. I've seen a lot of people. I remember I met a certain HR officer. This person he had a lot of potential. As I was talking to the person, I realized that this young man has potential. And this person has been an HR officer from 2000 to 2020 with 5 O-levels and experience. How is it possible that a person can have the same qualification, the same job title for 10 years, even for 5 years? It's not possible. So I talked to this person. I said, no, I want you to go and do a degree. He said, no, it's not possible. What? Then later on, we sat down, we came up with the career plan. And 3 years later, he graduated with the BSc honors in HRM. And currently, he's actually doing a master's degree. So the issue is now, you need to have a career plan. And also, you need to progress. All right, another story. This is the story that I was talking about. Then this is the recipe for promotion. If you want to get promoted, you need to be efficient in everything that you're doing. You need to have character. You also need to have education. These are the 3 things. I've seen a lot of people, someone who is really educated with a master's degree, 2 master's degrees, and that person does not have character. Can you employ someone who is a liar? Someone who is not honest? I remember we're having a works council meeting where people, they come together, the management and workers. So we had this guy, we had a lot of potential. But every time that he goes into a meeting, he's arguing with management, criticizing management, and all sorts of things. That person wanted a promotion, but that person could not get promoted because of what? Of character. And also, you can have character and you don't have education. And how can you get promoted? And also, in terms of efficiency, we'll talk about how to master your job title. So many people, they've been on a job maybe for a long period of time, but they have not mastered how to do the job. What you need to do when you want to get promoted, 1, you need to master your job. Then the second thing, you need to have character. We'll talk about character later on. And then the next thing, you need to be educated. All right. The first thing that you need to do, you need to be visible at the workplace. I've seen so many people who are not visible at the workplace. How do you become visible at the workplace? The first thing that you need to do, if you want to get promoted, look for opportunities where your knowledge and abilities can be showcased. And I've seen so many people, they are afraid. Sometimes we start a meeting, then someone is, maybe they want someone to volunteer to do something. Then people, they are afraid of showcasing their knowledge and ability. So when you get an opportunity at the workplace, you need to showcase your knowledge and ability. You get noticed. Then also, you need to volunteer in company-wide projects. I'll tell you an example what I did. When I left MSU, then I went to a district hospital. That was somewhere in Mazoe. I was about 25 years old that time. Then I said to myself, no, I want to get a promotion. But how do I get a promotion? I need exposure. I will not get the appropriate exposure as long as I'm in Mazoe. I need to get somewhere in Harare or get to the head office. So I applied for a position. Then I got a position at head office as a human resources officer. Then I said to myself now, as an HR officer, what do I need to do? I need to be visible, 1, to my immediate superior, to the board members, and also to the chief executive officer. So there was a time when people, they were talking about coming up with a website. So the IT guy that we had, he was afraid of coming up with a website. So I volunteered. No, I said, no, we can come up with a website. But I had no idea on how to set up a website. So I volunteered that. Then I was made the chairperson of that committee. So we sat down and we came up with the goals and the values of the organization. And I did a presentation on the website, the company website. And I was visible to the organization. And also I remember as an HR officer, I was actually reporting to the director. It was conditions of service and industrial relations. So my boss had gone to China, and I was supposed to make a presentation to the board members. So it was about 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, I was in the office. I'd actually volunteered to do those things. Then the board chairman came through. He was actually going home, and he saw me around 8 o'clock. Apana mnangari papa basa except the guards. So he was surprised. Young man, what are you doing? I said, no, I'm preparing for the board report. So he had a positive perception over me. Then later on, I think it was a week later, I was making a presentation to the board. Because of that perception, because of that exposure, because the chairperson of the board saw me being committed, whatever that I presented, he had a positive attitude towards me. And he said, this is a brilliant presentation. And he went to the HR director and said, no, this young man, he has a lot of potential. I want you to encourage him. So what you need to do, try as much as possible to volunteer in wide projects. Sometimes we are in accounts and there is a project in marketing. Try as much as possible. Just volunteer and go there. If it's possible, just try as much as possible to make presentation and also dress professionally. I've seen a lot of people who don't dress properly. Someone said, dress like how you want to be addressed. So if you want to get promoted, you need to dress right, isn't it? Then also you need to demonstrate your leadership. So improve your leadership skills. How do you do it? Become a role model through work performance. Don't worry, I've seen so many people, they murmur. I was talking to someone about the children of Israel when they were coming from Egypt and it agenda to the promised land. They got through the desert and it was very, very hot. They started complaining. Was their grievance genuine? Was it genuine? Let's hear from you. Their grievance, was it genuine? Let's volunteer. I want you to be visible. Or can someone say something? And was the grievance genuine? With the trim desert, was it genuine? I want someone to give us a reason why it was genuine. Yes, just tell us.
From my perception,
yes,
it wasn't relevant.
It wasn't relevant, but was it genuine?
Yeah, it was true, but it wasn't relevant.
Oh, just tell us why.
Because being in a desert and also out for water, I think it wasn't appropriate. And even we hear them being hungry and complaining. They're not actually hungry, they're simply complaining like we miss meat.
All right.
Yeah, you can tell the just people who are.
All right, no, that's fine. Thank you very much. I need another angle. Yes.
I think their grievance were genuine.
All right.
However, the way they were putting those grievance towards their leader.
So why was God angry? If the grievance was genuine, why was God angry? Yes.
I think he was angered because they couldn't see or acknowledge what he had done for.
Yeah, exactly, isn't it? All right, no, that's fine. The same thing can also happen in the workplace. And every organization that you join, there's all politics of the organization, there are problems of the organization. We'll talk about how you can become a problem solver. But what I want you to do, if you want to get a promotion, don't be a mimar. And so many people, they complain about their boss, they complain about the situations that are happening, but they don't see opportunities through those situations. Just like right now we are in Zimbabwe, people are complaining. And I have a friend of mine that I call my problems. And when I see him, he's talking about problems. And every time he's talking about problems. But out of those problems, there are a lot of solutions. Anjika, whenever you see problems, you must take that as an opportunity to come up with what? With solutions. So become a role model through work performance. Whatever that you do, don't work for people. If you work for people, you're going to get disappointed. And one thing that you need to do, just work for God. Just say, whatever that I'm doing, I am working for God. And you see what is going to happen. If you work for people, you'll be disappointed. People that don't approve, and you do your best, then you are criticized. So what you need to do is just become a role model through work performance. Whatever that you do, put whatever that you can, and also perform exceedingly well in every aspect and make yourself indispensable. It is very possible to become indispensable. I remember there's some time ago, I got a job somewhere. Then I told my boss, no, I'm leaving. And he said, no, you can't leave. Who's going to take over your position? So what you need to do is, whatever that you do, perform exceedingly well in every aspect and try as much as possible to become indispensable. We know that there is no one who is indispensable except God. But try as much as possible to become indispensable and also show that you can lead and motivate others. Whatever that you do at the workplace, try as much as possible to help people. Maybe you are in the HR department, and if you are able to help people from accounts, that's fine. If you are able to help people from other departments, that's fine. So try to lead and motivate others, and also try to be honest and trustworthy. Whatever that you do, try to be honest and trustworthy. Don't lie. Don't cheat. You can never get a second chance to make the first impression. When you're given a chance to make the first impression, try as much as possible to make that impression. Don't lie. Just be true, trustworthy. So demonstrate leadership. If you demonstrate leadership, you become visible. If you become visible, then you are going to get promoted. And also develop a strong work ethic. What are we saying? try to become the hardest and the smartest working person in every situation. Just try as much as possible to become a workaholic. I was listening to Strive Masiwa at one time. He says, when I go to work, I don't want people to call me because I'll be what? I'll be very busy. The workaholic. So now what you need to do, just try to be the hardest and also the smartest working person in every situation. Also try as much as possible to do something that is visible. I remember when I joined the ministry, I was just an HR officer, but I was trying as much as possible to do something that is visible, do things that can be seen. And because no one will see you. So just try as much as possible to do the things that that people can see. And also, when you are told to come through and make presentations, try to use analytics and metrics. And data analysis. And so what you need to do, don't do qualitative presentations. And maybe from HR, we said, no, we have 10 people, this person resigned. But what you need to do, just come up with metrics and analytics, and then also come up and show through graph and so on. So the issue now is, if you try to convince people through figures and analysis and also metrics. So try as much as possible to become the hardest and the smartest working person in every situation. So show that you have mastered your current role and you are ready to take a more challenging role. What you need to do is try to master your job. I've seen so many people on Krema bus. Have you ever seen those people? But what you need to do, you need to master your current role, and also you need to do a research. If you are, let's say, an accounts clerk, just try as much as possible to get to know what is actually happening in terms of the field of the field of marketing. If you're in IT, then you need to do that, and also master your current role, and you show that you are able to take a more challenging role, and also be prepared to do anything for the company. And be ready, be a servant, and if you become a servant, you'll be recognized. Ask Gideon Gore, and he will tell you these things. And also being punctual for work meetings and also meet your deadlines. I've seen so many people when they come to work, and it all workplace with latecomers register. And I asked someone, okay, what time do you start work? And he said, I start work at 8 o'clock. And what time do you enter the gate? And he said 8 o'clock. Is it correct? If you are starting work at 8, at what time do you get into the premises? I want everyone to speak. Two gentlemen are around 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Yes? Sorry? 7:30 if it's possible. Just like if you see those two operators at OK, and OK is MAB. If they arrive at OK at 7 o'clock, it will be a disaster. What they do, they open the doors at 7 o'clock. So they are supposed to come and prepare the computers and everything at 7:30. So what you need to do is you need to be punctual for work, one, and also for meetings. If the meeting is starting at 8 o'clock, just try to be there by 5 minutes to what? 5 minutes to 8. What you are doing, you are displaying work ethics, and guys, displaying a strong work ethic. And also be ready to work and assist other team members. Whatever thing that you do to other people, it will always come to you. Just try as much as possible to assist people. I've made it a policy that if I get a chance, I want to help people. And just try as much as possible to help people, help your workmates. And also you have a good report. What you need to do, you need to have a brand. You need to establish a brand at your workplace. And also have a good character. We've talked about you cannot get a promotion without a character. I've seen so many people who are very arrogant. Very arrogant, very argumentative. And so if you become an arrogant person, someone said, if you want to become a very successful person or a very successful employee, you must have the ability to and humility. So if you are very arrogant, you will not get promoted. If you are a liar, if you are a liar, you will not get any promotion. No one will trust you. And if you are very rude, and I've seen so many people who are very, very rude. I've seen cases whereby students on attachment, especially the graduate trainees, and they're coming from college, popping up an organization, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months later, they will think that they are special than anyone else, and especially in my industry. And I come from a manufacturing industry. They will see maybe a supervisor with 5 O levels, and he's doing a degree in maybe in farmers, and they will think they are more educated than anyone else. They will become rude, they will become arrogant. You will not get any promotion with that kind of a character. Also, people, they will become irresponsible. If you are given a task, try as much as possible to finish that task and exceed the targets. I've done it so many times. If I'm given a task, I will try, my goal is what? To exceed any target. And also the issue of late coming. Okay, this cannot be overemphasized. The issue of late coming. Try as much as possible to become what? To come early. And also the issue of anger. I've seen so many people who are short-tempered. If you are short-tempered by nature, what can you do? And like Moses was short-tempered and he was a man of anger. Then how do you overcome anger? Let's hear from other people. How do you overcome anger? You're an angry person by nature. How do you overcome anger? Yes?
So technically, someone that said something that should not provoke you and you get angry over that. What you do is you count to 10 before you respond.
All right. Oh, I like that one. And you count to 10 before you respond. All right, that's good. What else? Yes?
I think maybe just avoid situations that makes you.
You avoid situations. All right, yes?
Is no wrong one, usually. Very found that about this. Because the compassion was not proven, but it's not weird. So you have to control the situation. Another mean should sit down.
All right. So the issue of anger, I've seen so many times, especially if you are angry to your boss. And you can never succeed or you can never get promoted if you are short-tempered and easily get angry. And so there's now need for what? For emotional intelligence. All right. You must be a person who solves problems. And I've seen so many times people bringing problems to their immediate superior. You are employed to solve problems. So what you need to do is make it your habit to look for problems at your workplace. And if you are going back to work tomorrow or next week, try to look for problems. What is hindering productivity? Why is that we have so many costs? What is preventing the organization from achieving its goals? So just try to look for those problems and also go with solutions to management. And I remember there was a certain gentleman who came to me with a problem. And boss, we have this problem. And I said, so what? We have a problem, so what? We are employed to come up with what? With solutions. So every business is its own inefficiency and problems. So what you need to do, look for those problems and also come with a plan for solutions through metrics and analytics. So that's what you need to do. Just come up with problems and also come up with what solutions. Is there any problem without any solution in this world? Any problem is not solution here. Maybe at a workplace, I want you to identify a problem, one problem without a solution. At a workplace, one problem without a solution. All right, let us look at life. Do we have a situation in life where there is a problem without a solution in life?
You say don't know the solution.
You say you don't know the solution. You need to look for the solution. You need to consult. I'll give an example. There was a time when I was working for a group of companies. Then a managing director from one of the group of companies came to me and said, Chikandiwa, I want you to run the payroll for the executive, from the CEO and the directors and the managers. And I had no idea of on how to run Berliner payroll. So instead of saying, I don't know, I said, no, I can do that. What you need to know is, if you are not sure or if you don't know how to do anything and you're asked to do those things, you need to accept and learn how to do it. And that's what I did. That weekend, I called my friend who was an expert in Berlin. I said, no, I'm supposed to run a payroll on Monday. Can you teach me? And he taught me during the weekend. And on Monday, I was doing the payroll. So there is no problem without a solution. Even in life, or cancer, there is a solution to that. I may also a testimony. I used to have, the romantic heart disease, and where infection goes to the heart, and valves. And so one of the valves in part was not working. So the doctor said there's no solution to your problem. But I was prayed for and I was healed. And so whatever that you do, there is no problem without a solution. So that's what you need to do. So what you need to do from now, create a plan to solve those problems through metrics and analytics. And also, if you see problems, you need to consult experts. We'll talk about mentorship later on. Then also, pay attention to people who have been promoted. And the people that are being promoted, just look at them. What is it that they are, what's so special about them that they are getting promoted? Do a situational analysis and just do a SWOT analysis. Okay, that gentleman was a manager, is now a director. Why is that that person was promoted? Look at the common personality traits and personality traits. Look at their achievements. Look at their dressing. Look at their habits. Look at those things of those people that are being promoted. You get what? You get tips. And also the observations will give you the clue on what you need to do for you to get promoted. Dressing is very, very important. Please, whatever that you do, just be at your best. And so that's also the other issue that you need to do. All right, how many of us have career plans? Just tell us what you need to do or what you need to become in the next 5 or 10 years. And I know so many people that New Year resolutions, and what are going to be New Year resolutions in January? By March, they'd forgotten about those resolutions. And so, how many of us have career plans? One career plan. Career plans. Yes, it's about paper. Yes. Yes.
Our career plan is the way for no current another business. Our current generation, you can expect to know 50 years at Pabas.
Yes. Yes.
Maybe 60 years or so retired.
Yes.
And currently, not in maybe IT, accounting, engineer or so. By 35, 40,
yes, that's a career plan. And it. So what you need to do is, I've met some youth, they were saying, no, we can't get jobs. I'm coming from college, but you can't get jobs. Is it true that people can't get jobs? It's a lie. You can't solve problems. And there are plenty of jobs in Zimbabwe. What you need is a strategy. And I remember one time I went to Ahmad Musa. So I'm Ahmad Musa this side of Ahmad Musa. So I wanted to drive Jeddah Central. So I asked the guard, okay, down no park Ahmad Musa. So let us say, but no, if you use the direction which I saw, then what's going to happen? You're going to get arrested because you'll be driving against oncoming car. This is a one way. I said, no, but next year, traffic jam, what do I do? You know what he said to me? But no, motor get us to the other side, then you reverse. Or reverse backwards or sungwe. But where direct, you drive against oncoming car, you'll be arrested. And I learned something from that. It's a strategy. And you can use a strategy. Even job searching, it's a strategy. I've seen people writing my CVs and CV4 and first page, CV4, so and so. Then second page, name, address, ID number, passport number, marital status, what? Why do you need the marital status per CV? Why do you need the passport number? Why do you need an ID number per passport? Who uses that? And it's old methods of what? Of writing. And also we'll talk about action verbs. We'll talk about CVs. And the jobs that you have done, you don't quantify your achievements. And so many people, they have achieved so many things in life, but they cannot quantify their achievements by per CV. Someone says, Nina, I'm responsible, every sector, I'm responsible for typing what. How many words can you type in a minute? And you need to quantify those things. And also, how many minutes have you recorded? And you need to quantify those things. And if you don't do those things, you won't be what? You won't be attractive. So what you need to do, you need to come up with a career plan. What do you need to do during the next 5 years? I met a certain lady, she was a cleaner. I realized that this lady, she has potential. And I talked to her and I said, okay, I realized that you have a potential. You don't have all level. And she has been working here for the past 5 years. same job, same qualifications for 5 years. How is it that possible? And I said, no, let's come up with a career plan. I want you to become a director in the next 15 years. Do you think it's possible? She was doubting. And I said, okay, no, that's fine. So what you do is, next year I want you to write 5 subjects. Just write 5 subjects. If you're having any challenges, any problem, just come to me. Financial problems, you can talk to the finance manager. They can finance your education. Yes, she said, okay, no, that's fine. So she chose the subject that she wanted to write. Then after 1 year, then I went to her and said, no, did you manage to write the O-level? She said, no, I didn't. She had no ambition. But what I realized that she was someone with potential, and with the 5 O-levels, it was possible for her to rise from being a cleaner to a director. It's very, very possible. I'll give you a testimony of a certain lady. She was a picker. So I saw her, I realized that this person, she has potential. And I said, no, you have a lot of potential. What's your career plan? He said, no, I love marketing. I want to do marketing. I said, no, just do what you need to do just for the next 6 months. Just enroll for a certificate in in marketing. And then Tinana Catholic University, I offer my short courses. 6 months later, she had a certificate in marketing. And I said, no, what you need to do is just look at the trends. Just look at the newspaper, the sales reps, Andika, the telesales clicks. So just look at the qualifications that they want and also the personality that they are looking for. So she read those things. She realized, no, I need to read. I need to have good communication skills. I need to go for Toastmasters. So later on, there was a vacancy at telesales. We wanted someone with a certificate in marketing. She applied, she got the post. And I said, no, you have got the post. Now, what you need to do now, you need to have a degree. Because anytime soon, we are going to have vacancies in my sales rep. So you need to do a degree in marketing. You need to have a driver's license. And she listened, degree and driver's license. And I said, no, what you need also to do, don't focus yourself on the company. And if you're working for ABC Holdings, don't limit yourself to ABC Holdings. And just limit yourself to Zimbabwe, maybe. And I said, no, I want you to look at vacancies that are coming through. I want you to test your skills to the labor market. And she applied for a position of a sales rep. She went to the interview. We did some interview coaching. She got a job there. And she realized, no, my packages actually they were not good, and she rejected that. Then about 8 months later, she got a position as a sales rep. And she left the company. She's now a senior sales rep. And also now she's doing a master's. And what she wants to do now, she wants to become a sales manager. And I said, no, you can become a sales manager, and also you can become a sales director. It's very possible. Within 10 years, it's possible. And so the issue now, you need to have a vision. What do you want to be? Do you want to become a manager? Do you want to become a director? Do you want to become a CEO? So you can come up with a 5-year, 10-year, even a 20-year strategy. And also you need to have goals. You need to have a plan and also timelines. This is the example that I gave of a sales rep. So you need to have a career plan, and also you need to have a self-assessment. I have a friend of mine who did marketing at MSU. This person is an introvert. And my introvert, they are loners. And so this person, as an introvert, you need to see, okay, am I an introvert or an extrovert? So you need to choose your career based on what? On your personality. Maybe IT guys, and usually people, they say IT guys, they must be introverts. But if you're an introvert and you decide to become a marketer, you have challenges. You are shy, you don't want to talk to people. How are you going to succeed in that job as what? As an introvert? Can you imagine someone who's outgoing, someone who's an extrovert, then to meet out, achanda ku back office, asingataure, angorisiyanti. So what you need to do, you need to look at your personality. Are you an extrovert, an introvert? And also you need to look at your passion. And personally, I love working with people. And encouraging people. That's why I decided to become a life coach and also a natural person. So what you need to do, just look at the things that you love and also make that thing your career. And also look at your strength and your weaknesses. If you're not good at figures, why do you want to become a finance manager? And all level, you want mates and you want to become a finance person. As you are not good at talking, you want to become a lawyer. So what you need to do is you need to assess yourself then also choose a career that is in line with your personality, with your passion, with your strength, and also your weaknesses. Do you have any questions? Certain Rambir. All right. Then also you need to do a research. People that don't do my research. If you want to get promoted very fast, what you need to do is you need to come up with a career plan. Suppose now, I said it is possible for someone without O-level today to become maybe a manager in the next 10 to 15 years. So what you do now, the job that you want to become, maybe today you are an officer, you want to become a manager, and you want to become a finance manager. So what you need to do is just go through the vacancy mail, just go through the Google, just go through the Sunday mail, the job section, and also look for finance managers. What exactly do they want from finance managers? Do they want someone with a degree in accounting? Do they want a CA? Do they want someone with an ACA diploma? So look at those qualifications that they want and do those things. If you want to become a manager, maybe they want someone with a degree in accounts and also ACA. Just make a plan. In the next 5 years, I'll do my degree and I'll also do my ACA. People, they say we can't progress or we can't go to school because of money, financial constraints. Can money stop a person from going to school? I want an answer. Can money stop someone from going to school? Money. Let's hear from people. All right. Suppose you want to do a certificate in your field. What can stop you? Let's hear the things that can stop a person from getting a qualification. Yes.
Okay, I'll come, I think, back to the initial question.
All right.
Can money stop you from
Going to school.
So
Yes.
it depends, like, how we're defining school. But if it's actually like physical.
Yes. Maybe going to MSU.
Yeah.
Or going to use it.
Yeah, in that case, for me, I would say, yeah, money can stop you.
What stops you from getting money? An able-bodied person. Able-bodied.
Okay, either you don't have the opportunities or either the right ways or the means to make money.
You find the opportunities. I'll give you what happened one time at MSU. And at that time, things were hard at campus, and things were really, really hard. And I said with my friend that no, this situation, we are going to face a lot of problems. And MSU in one about 10,000. And at that time, by the problem, chingwa bread. So we went to town and realized no, there was a bakery somewhere in town. I think it's a chingwa. Check out for 4 o'clock, but by 8 o'clock, chingwa changed. So what we did is we said no. Let's wake up early in the morning. 4:30 would walk from Senga to town, and about 15 kilometers. Then by 6 o'clock we'll be in town. We buy our two dozens, and later on 8. So we advertised, and people would come and buy. I remember that time. At first we were selling about 1-2 dozens a day, but we got to a point where we were selling about 10 dozens a day. And I remember that semester, we sat down with my friends. Marangatna at that time, it was time of hyperinflation, but it was able to buy a good second-hand car. But we were students, and instead of my parents what to me, so an able-bodied person cannot say, I don't have opportunities. Create opportunities. As long as you see people, and there is man, and put $100 So you need to find ways of getting money from people without getting arrested. And so you can do that. As long as you see people, there are a lot of opportunities. An able-bodied person cannot say, I can't go to school because I don't have money. Find ways of getting money. I remember sometime I was talking to some employees at my workplace, and I said, no, if you focus solely on your job, you're going to get disappointed. And make your job a cash cow. And write a cash cow for you to start a business. Okay, I said, okay, I'll give you an assignment. I want you to make $1 a week. Just find something that will give you $1 a week. Just $1. just $1 a week. And kana zvanetsa enda kumba notenga mabanana ombotengesawo umboita ofenda andika. But of course we know that there's law of calamity and time andotanga kutengesa iyoyo ka ndo paunosungwa nemapurisa and the law of calamity it happens. But each people don't get discouraged by temporal defeat. So what I want to tell you is, if you want to achieve anything in terms of career, in terms of career goals, in terms of qualifications, in terms of progression, there is nothing that can stop you. You wanted to say something, Aunt? Yes.
I want you to say, knowing why that thing must be achieved, and then being strongly motivated towards achieving that goal. You start formulating ways.
Yeah, that's true.
To bring forward that solution.
Yeah, that's true. I remember when I was employed as an HR officer, I said to myself, okay, I want to become a deputy director. And so I was at the head office. They said during the next maybe 3 years, I want to become a deputy director. But I knew that for you to become a deputy director, I need at least 10 years of experience. I said, no, I'll try. So what I did now, I made myself visible and start working on projects, become visible to board members. If you get an opportunity, just try as much as possible to impress. Then within a year, I was promoted to become a deputy director. So it's very, very possible. So what you need to do, you need to do a research on the job that you want, the personalities that are required, and also the person specification. And when you talk about this person specification, the things that they require from the person, and maybe good communication skills, and also the qualification, the skills, and also the age. And so this is very possible. Then also you need to upgrade your qualifications. Upgrade your qualifications, you have the hard and the soft skills, and also get certifications. And also just try as much as possible to get accolades and join a club. Can I go to accounts? Just join an association in my accounts. Then make progress. Then get accolades. When you get an award, maybe you look at accounting field, you get recognition even from your company. All right, how many of us have got my awards? I'm going to win somewhere. My awards somewhere. Yes, an award. All right, an award. So what you need to do, but try as much as possible to get awards that are in relation to your to your job. And all right. Also, you need to have a mentor. So mentorship is very, very important. What you need to do is, when you want to become, maybe you say, I'm a clerk, I want to become an officer, or maybe an officer, I want to become a manager or a director. Look for someone in that position. And it's someone that you admire in that position. Just go and sit down with that person. And you want to become an IT director. Just look for an IT director somewhere, maybe we on it. And just go on LinkedIn, talk to that person, you have coffee. And I'm taking out coffee, then you sit down. I want to become an IT director, just like you. What can I do? They'll give you the tips. And they also have networks. They also give you professional feedback. They'll set you goals. Could this say, I want you to achieve this, this, and that. And also master your job. You need to master the processes and also the procedure, and also increase your job knowledge, and also produce visible results. We've talked about visible results. Be a reliable person, and also be innovative. Within an organization, you need to realize the source of power. Murgona, that picture. Maybe those two gentlemen, when the CEO, the other one is a board member, and that lady, maybe she's is a manager. So what you need to do within an organization, you need to identify the source of power. Yes, you have the organogram, not CEO and directors, but just try as much as possible to look at a power organization. And also, if you identify that source of power, study the source, be visible to the source, and never outside the source. Then also on the social media, how many of us have an updated LinkedIn profiles? So if you want to see that you're making progress in your life, you get headhunted. And so what you need to do is, you need to come up with a good profile on your LinkedIn, talk about your qualifications, your achievements, and to put everything then you'll be called in for my interviews. And I remember 2 months ago, a certain consultancy firm, they called me, okay, we've seen your LinkedIn profile, I want you to come for an interview. And I was in the interview because of other reasons. So you get connections from my social media platforms. And also, I want you to become specialists in your areas. And when you're in accounts, just try to specialize in an area. And I remember when I was in HR office, I said to myself, I want to become an industrial relations specialist. And when I became an industrial relations specialist, later on I was promoted to become the Deputy Director, Conditions of Service and Industrial Relations. So every field in my areas, I try as much as possible to look for those areas that are in demand and also specialize in that skill, and also become a reader. Try as much as possible to read at least one book every month in your area. And Kanakuru HR, just try to read a book in your field. Kanakuru IT, a book in your field. Kanakuru nursing, one book. Ngotanga book every month, which it pays 200 pages. You become a wide reader. You read more in your area than one book every month. All right. Do you have any questions on what I've presented? Any questions? What I've presented, is it practical? Is maybe I'm being overzealous? All right.
So, how do we close the gap of information gap?
All right.
Because currently, when information around is, but you show my vision this one.
All right.
But so, you are in the age of technology, internet is around that. So that's just somebody man. Information is used to have my beneficiaries.
So what you need to do is, one, you need to become a wide reader, and also just look for reports and also my research on what is currently happening. Just go to my research map publications that are actually taking place in your field, and also join an association. I know Tkwechara Institute of Personal Management in Zimbabwe. I'm also a member. Then you contribute and you go to my seminars where the updates, you get a lot of information. And also just go on YouTube and get the latest information. All right, yes.
Majority of it should be 90 to 80%. And on your side, I'm a contract. She guys usually within the contract. Forms.
All right.
But in perhaps something along the lines. We've been trouble, I think.
Wow, that one. All right. But what you need to do, you need to stand your ground. If you're signing a contract, you need to go through it. Then if you're agreeable, that's fine. If you're not agreeable, you're not agreeable. Don't be desperate to sign a contract. And don't think that there's an opportunity that you can lose. And an opportunity is represented itself. Go through it. If you're not happy, then don't sign. But if you're happy, then you need to sign. And some people, they say, okay, currently we can't get jobs. What do we need to do? You need to volunteer. Straight coming from college, look for a volunteer work, get experience. Where do you volunteer? Just look for my small to medium enterprise. And maybe you are coming from college. No security mudipochi, basa no boshana 6 months. Mudipeo title yechi, accounts click. And you work there, maybe you're volunteering and accounts click. You don't create a profile yako. Achieve analytics ne everything paji passive yako. Then with that experience, over 20. All right. Any questions? Yes.
I also believe in the billionaire's mindset.
Yes.
One book per month.
Yes.
Meaning that at the end of the year you would have read a lot of books. But
yes.
I have those set aside as life reads.
Yes.
That in as much as you can get a new book, so you can always get to it, because if you find a good book, it can actually change your life.
Yeah, that's true.
Like my best reads are, best authors are Robert Greene, Dale Carnegie.
Yes.
Then from the 48 Laws of Power to I Dialogue. Yourself, what books do you recommend read that we can add to our list?
What? Yeah, the first one, The Richest Man in Babylon. That one is a life change. It has changed my life. It has changed my perception. My current read also is Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich. And also 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene. It's also a book that has also changed my life. And also Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Yeah, also. And I also, next year I'll be reading The Alchemist. That's also my books that I also recommend. Those are motivational books. Maybe they talk about finance, but also you need to read books in your area and also look for the current research publications and also read. Yes?
When I listen to leadership or the executive making decisions, especially towards subscribed packages, I see them making classical errors, and I try to show them the right way so that it's affordable and manageable over a long period of time. But they are quick to say, we can manage this, it's under control. And then 3 months into the process, everything is falling apart. And then they say, please assist us in this manner. And I remind them in that meeting what I would have shared. Can I be called stubborn? When people ignore you, when you see them making classical errors.
No, what you need to do when you want to convince people, this is what Strive Maziwa said. And if you want to convince someone, convince people with figures, metrics, and analytics. And so what you need to do, just come up with your analysis in terms of figures and everything, then present to them, but don't argue with them. And the one thing that you need to do is never outshine the master. And just try as much as possible to present your data, but with time they will acknowledge. I've seen that. With time they acknowledge that what you're doing or what you're saying is actually the truth. Yes. Yes. Maybe this is our last question. Yes.
On books, I myself, I also read the Bible. I read studies, meditate the Bible.
Yes.
You could find out everything. Like if you're a Christian, if I can say.
Yes.
That's why what I am myself.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's correct. If you become a reader, you always be a leader. So thank you very much. So I went over to the coach.
Question for today.
Okay, I just wanted to comment.
All right.
As I was going through the representation on the topic, like how to climb the corporate ladder. I think from the information you've given us, it's not just the corporate ladder.
Yes.
Any ladder which you want to climb, I think this is applicable.
Yeah, that's true. But and also, I want to give you a challenge. I always give challenges at my workplace. Just try to find a project that will give you $1 a week. Just $1 in a week. And you're going to see the changes that are going to take place. And also the law of calamity, you must remember it always comes. When you start to do something, bad things will start to happen. But don't give up. No, over to you, coach. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Coach Tonde, for a beautiful presentation. We have learned a lot. Did we?
Yes.
Ah, wonderful. Thank you so much. So, are we going to start something to earn money? Dollar. Is it dollar a day or dollar a week? A day? Okay. So we have to have something dollar a week. That's doable. We're going to do it. So this marks the end of our session today. Thank you so much for coming. See you again next week with another presentation. Can you please come to the front and take my photos for memories?